Hello and welcome. In this Webinar Clones AI demo, we're going to essentially log in to Webinar Clones AI and show you exactly where to go, how it works, what's there, and how simple this system truly is, being able to literally promote automated evergreen webinars 24/7 for mid, high ticket, recurring, all types of offers and price models in these automated evergreen webinars with, of course, we have show you how to get traffic as well. And so I just want to go in here really quick and just show you around and show you our main features and everything that you can do with Webinar Clones AI. So let's go ahead and log in to this demo account. And as you can see, we are now logged in. Up here, you're able to watch the quick start guide, of course, and then we'll go to the library here in a minute. That's where the entire course is. We have the dashboard of all of the users' campaigns, how many sessions they had today, how many people got registered, how many attendees, how many conversions, if they chose to place their pixels, which we have pixels they can place. Bunch of awesome stuff with in-depth granular tracking that I'll get into shortly, but essentially they have some stuff on their main dashboard that they can use to view all their stats, and they can also see it in much more depth over here in analytics. Okay, so let's first go to the library, and this is where all of the training is going to be. So we start off with, of course, the webinar clones, which is the main course, or not course, rather, software, the main core of the product. But this is where you are essentially going to see the order of our offers, the price point that is selling for, the commission. So you're able to see and pick whichever, webinar you'd like to clone first. And so after that, you can just scroll down and see different webinars to promote. These are all of the ones here. Again, we have the information again. So let's just go through one, and I want to show you how to clone one just so you can see how easy it is. Okay, so step one, we applied to promote this webinar, and we go to apply. Now I'm already approved for this, so I'm just going to keep this here, okay, because I'm going to grab it later. And then I'm going to go to clone the webinar. Okay, so when we clone the webinar, it's going to ask you if you want to clone this webinar, and you say yes, clone it, and it shows up right here in instant time. Okay, now you can also click this. This is going to be your landing page. You have two options here. You can either, if you want us to host everything for you, no domain, no website, nothing, then you copy this link. Okay, if you want to create your own page, then we have a widget as well, and I will go through that. So let me just show you the page. If we copy it and paste it, this is a mobile optimized landing page, and they're able to click and go ahead and claim their spot and go right into the event. Everything is done already as far as the cloning process goes. So the only thing you have to do now is open up the event, the webinar, and you can edit it if you want to. You can rename it. You can, I don't recommend changing the name, for the actual MP4 that's being hosted here, but you have that. You can select a chat and upload a chat if you want to. So let's say for this one, we want to upload a chat. Then I have one called default chat, and this is just, people going back and forth with their cities. Hey, where are you from? It's great to be here, that kind of stuff. Or you can not upload any at all, but you can upload a chat there. You can also choose a snowball effect. So as more people join your sessions, these chats compile into one giant one. So if someone leaves a comment saying, I love this event on the 4:30 webinar, the 5 o'clock webinar will automatically display that as well. And so you're snowballing your chat comments. And so you can upload a pre one and or do this one. And pretty soon we're going to actually right post launch, we will be introducing the AI side of things. So you're able to have these and chat with people in real time, and we'll get to that in a minute under chats. So not only will you be able to chat with people in real time and have simulated chats, but also you can have AI chats answering as well. Okay, so you can also add a webinar series here, and what this is if you want someone to stay to the very end of the webinar, you can entice them or incentivize them by saying, hey, I'm going to give you a $2,000 bonus of, my $2,000 high ticket course or whatever, right? So you can put any MP3 files for audio or MP4 videos, and this will essentially be within the webinar software. But after the webinar is over, they will unlock all this content. So you can put as many videos or audio as you want in here. If you want to choose audio, you can also select from our gallery, go to system, and we have, all these different types of looping, kind of things that are really cool. If you wanted to have it sort of like a podcast. So let's say you wanted to, use this one, you would select that. And then your audio podcast would be talking over this loop. So we just had the ability to create a podcast or any form of video or audio playlist here. Okay. So then we can do webinar presenters. If you wanted to upload your image and add your information, you can do so here. And then we'll go to the next tab. This is where you can set anything you want. If you want, like, again, we're giving you our clones, so we want you to copy it directly over and use as is. But I'm just showing you also what can be edited. So instead of every 10th minute, if you want to go top of the hour, you could change that. Every 5th minute, every 15th, whatever it is. Okay. You can also add certain days and times if you want to. You can display, we have it set to only display the next immediate one. You could display the next 4 or 5, however many you wanted. Okay. And again, these are just recommendations. You can change whatever you want. You can also block holidays. Again, hardly anyone would need to use that, but just in case, if you wanted to man the chats and it was your birthday or something, you could block a certain day, right? So anyways, let's go to the next one, which is the registration. Now you can add last names here and phone numbers, and or you can just keep and make them mandatory or not, or you can just keep the minimal first name and email. And we have design buttons that the color scheme is for each one. So you can change these if you want to, but we have already set these up for you. And this is where, if you wanted to host on your own landing page, let's say you have a WordPress or Wix or Go High Level or GHL, ClickFunnels, even like building lovable sites with AI, whatever it is, right? You simply would just copy this widget and paste it in there, and it would go work for you. Okay, so you can create your own landing page or even System.io if you want to do like a free option, right? Or you can just use our templates. All right. Now, speaking of templates, ignore these thumbnails. What you're actually seeing, we're going to update the thumbnails, but this is what the page actually looks like. And there's like an editor and different things you can do in here. And you can edit, text. You can do, many things here. We also have the ability, let me close this. You also have the ability to change. We're going to use this one. These two will be removed. And this is our new editor. We're continuing to improve it each day, but you can click customize and, you can do basically anything you want to with these. Click up the manage section buttons. If you wanted to cut off, let's say, the urgency banner at the top, you could just simply toggle it off and on. The hero section, let's say you didn't want a video, you could remove the video, the countdown timer. So this will allow you to essentially, it's a basic editor. It's not like a thorough or in-depth drag and drop. Our focus with this product is the actual widgets themselves, and 99% of the people are not going to use our pages. They're going to use the templates. The actual widget buttons to put on their own sites and design their own, landing pages and things like that. That's okay. But we do give you the option to, if you wanted to put a YouTube video here or something like that, then we do give you the option to use our templates and host on our platform. Okay. So we have already set all this up. So this is ready to go. Again, you could use, your own. If you want to use your own page, you would just simply ignore this section and copy this right here and paste it wherever you wanted. Okay. So now go to next. And this is the section where we actually promote your event for you. Okay. So you can go through and you can toggle these on and off if you want to. So if you didn't want an initial one, I don't know why anyone would cut these off. But we have emails go out, push notifications to our app users, and then also text messages if you are collecting their phone numbers. Okay. So what you can do here is, you can edit how long it is before. how long after for the replay, like 30 minutes after to the replay, or if you want to wait an hour, 24 hours, 3 days, whatever, you can do that. We recommend you keep the settings as is, as it's worked. It's what's worked the best for us. But you can change these to whatever you want to. You can also edit them on the basic side. We have some guardrails in place because we want to, prevent spam from happening. Okay. But we do push people to your webinar for you, and that's massive. So this is a place where you can add your integrations. So if you want to add an integration, you simply click here. So if you wanted to connect to, MailChimp or Aweber, GetResponse, whoever, you can connect here. We have integrations in place. We are always updating based on customer feedback. If someone uses, I can't think of anything that's in here, but let's say you use something, that could be used in here. Like we're going to be shortly adding GHL because, of course, how massive GHL is. So we're going to have certain integrations for that. So, we're always taking feedback on what integrations we can add. You can also use Zapier or Webhook or something like that, but these are the main ones that we have. Okay. So this is where these are added, and you can do a bunch of cool stuff, granular stuff, as far as segmenting. So let's say you want to not only collect the registrant, but if someone clicks the button at the pitch in the webinar, but they don't buy, you could send like an abandoned checkout series. So there's a bunch of stuff you could do here, about 15 or 20 different options that we have based on the actual attendee behavior or lack of behavior, right? Like, so if someone doesn't attend, of course, you would send them one. If they signed up but attended and left early, all these things we can segment here. Okay. So then we go to tracking. This is where you would add any pixels if you wanted to retarget people who, let's say, sign up for the registration form and hit the thank you page, but didn't do the webinar, or if they hit the webinar and you wanted to, focus on retargeting them, you could do that. So this is just various third-party form tracking in case you wanted to add that. Then we have the thank you page. Now you can use your own custom page if you want to send them again, just like the registration tab. You could copy the widget. You can do the same here. You can copy this widget, paste it on your own thank you page, and then put that thank you page URL right here so we know where to redirect the registration form and send them to the page with your widget. If you want to keep it simple, you just keep this to the default confirmation page, and we have just some basic ones down here. You can choose. I've chosen this middle blue one, and so we will stick with that and click next. And here is where you can add live events. So we can add polls here if you wanted to ask people what their budget was, if you wanted to ask them if they're enjoying the event, if you want to ask them if they're male or female, or get certain demographics from them. You could poll them on anything you want to, right? You can also add a sticky message, which is going to be shown at the top, shown right here. It shows up at the top of every event. And here you can play with the colors if you want to, but this is where you add the actual events. So the mandatory ones that I always have is definitely a sticky message that at least, says welcome. You can have it dynamic. So you could, if you want the welcome sticky note to stay there for the first 5 minutes, and then at the 5 minute and 1 second mark, you could have another one appear saying, live demo in 20 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, have it pop up live demo in 15 minutes and have, a countdown. It's also, you can make it clickable. So if you go here, like I don't have a redirect URL, but you could have a URL go there if you wanted to. You could link it. So that's also another cool thing you can do. And then there's the CTA, which of course is the buy button, the most important part. You can set where to actually trigger it. So in this pod, for instance, we recommend if you're copying the actual event, you don't want to touch this because we've already timed this to dynamically show the button when it needs to show up. You can change this if you want to, but for the clones, we recommend not. And then you can send this to wherever you want to send it, which is going to be your affiliate link. And speaking of that, let's go back to JVZoo. And you have two options here. So the first one is you just copy this straight up, right? And then go back and paste it right here, okay? That's one way you could do it. Now, if you do that, let's go to the link to show where it goes, okay? This goes to the bundle page, okay? Now, if you don't want to go to the bundle sales page and you want to go directly to the JVZoo checkout, then what you need to do is go to this affiliate link like I just did, copy your, from the question mark back with your affiliate ID, cut it, click buy now, and we are going to, let's say we choose this one, or let's say this one. Then what we do is simply go here to the top, paste, and there we go. This will be the link that you would be to use. So if we copy and paste that again and hit enter, it will load the page, and at the bottom you will see that I am the affiliate, and that's how you get cookied for the sale. And you can add that right back here. Instead of going to the pre-checkout page, you could change it to this link, and this would go directly to the checkout itself. Okay, so obviously that's going to convert much higher than sending them to one extra page to read to the copy and choose an option. They might choose the $57 option or whatever in this case. So you want them to go for the more expensive bundle. So you want to send them directly to checkout if you can. And that's a little secret on how you do that in JVZoo. So we want to save. And then again, if you want to, you can mess with these different ones. If we want to go from, let's say a different color blue, we could change this, to more of a yellow. You can do basically whatever you want. Add the, let's say, purple to this pink, whatever the color scheme is. Now this one I think was blue to orange. We'll do this. I think that was the color scheme here. So anyways, but this will show up in the offer settings. So when the clickable button pops, this is what it'll look like with the text that you wrote up here. But then you also have the sticky message. You can design it. If you want to do different colors, you can do that. I usually stick to the same colors. It's a little bit different on this one because I just changed it to show you. But then it shows the video settings. So if you wanted to see, sorry, let me pause it. If you wanted to see what it's going to look like actually in the webinar event itself, from our border, you can see it here. So if you wanted to make the border like all purple, for instance, or let's say all orange, because the color is orange, right? So you could do the whole thing orange for the color scheme, or you get the point. You could do the whole thing like a gradient to green, whatever you choose, right? So I'm going to change it back to what it was so I don't mess up our things. Let's see. I'll just change it to this blue and then orange. So once you've added your live events that are obviously the most important thing, or otherwise you're not getting paid, and you've designed, again, mess with this. I wouldn't mess with this unless you just absolutely want to, or you're creating your own events. But as far as our clones, I would keep the software as is. The only thing you would need to update on any of our clones is A, the integrations, adding it to build your list, as we have already gone over, and then B, over here, you want to add the CTA. You want to add this button by clicking edit and inserting your affiliate link, either the way I just showed you, directly to the bundle page or directly to the checkout. Okay. Now, once we've done that, we go to whether we want to disable the chat or enable. I always keep it enabled because, why not? Who would want a dead webinar event? Then you can do simulated or actual real attendees in the room, or don't display the attendee account. So what this is, if you wanted to make it look like there's 1,957 people in there, you just update that, and then our software dynamically randomly simulates from 0 attendees all the way up to this 1957 number around it. It might go a little bit above, a little bit below, but it mimics actual event trends as far as attendees, people leaving, it going up and down and fluctuating, things like that. Okay, so we'll just keep this at 599, and then we'll go to next. And then this last section, this last tab is, do you want to display the webinar? Of course, usually people do. Sometimes they will say no replay. And the other one, remember, I told you we could set up a podcast or video series in the live event, right, to keep them on there. So if they stay on the live event, then they get it unlocked. Now, if you don't want the people that saw the replay, if you wanted it, for the live event people who stuck around live only, then you would cut this off. But if you want to allow the series to be shown to the replays, then you can do that as well. Okay, and that's literally it. You can go back to my webinars and see it here. It's all set, ready to go. You can again copy your landing page, or you could copy and paste the widgets within here if you want to use your own landing page. Another thing we have is chats. So if someone is here live, you can look at the past and the future upcoming that they're registered for, and the ones live right now. Now you can blast out to the entire group, or you can hit the private chat. So if someone says, how much is this or whatever, and you don't have an automation in there for that, or you don't have the AI chat in place, you can literally fill these yourself or hire a VA to do so. This is also where you will receive your poll feedback. So again, if we poll people and say, are you male or female, it would tell you the percentage of male versus female in the room. And then you can also set tags like for GetResponse, Aweber, or whatever CRM to say, if they're male, send them this. If they're female, send them that, right? Because you might write sales copy different for men than women. Women may want different perks of your product than men do. And it doesn't mean it's, you can only sell to men or women. You can sell the same product, but maybe in a different way, depending on their gender or their psychology, things like that. You could also ask them, their budget. So if you wanted to do a book a call and you wanted to check their budget, anyone under $500, you send them a sequence to maybe a course for $100. If they said, I have $5,000 plus, and they show up here and you set them to a high ticket webinar, add a tag, and then trigger a sequence in your GetResponse or whatever, to drive that $5,000 plus budget person to book a call with you for one of your high ticket courses, consulting, and things like that. Okay. So you can also go to registrants, and this is where all of your registrants will show up. Okay. So the only one we've cloned so far is the Cinemation. We haven't done any sessions. We literally just cloned it, but you'll be able to go through and segment these and see how many did any of these options. Okay. How many responded to polls and blah, blah, blah. So you can sort it by these things, right? We also have analytics, which is essentially like the dashboard, but more in depth. This will be where your stats are, and you can segment them by either all the events or, go through each one that you have, and, you'll be able to see it, who signed up for what, how many registered, how many attended the live, how many attended the replay, how many clicked through the button to the checkout, on this and this. So it just shows you in-depth stats of your live event and your replay, and then conversions if you get our pixel and choose, to copy and paste our pixel in there. Okay. You can see the average view time and all this other stuff. I won't go in depth into this, but some just more in-depth stats. And of course, our support if you need it. And now that we have the events ready, our first event ready, we are going to need traffic, right? This is where you can choose the webinar traffic igniter, and you're able to view this, the Pod Prime, which has over $20,000 worth of stuff in it. And I own the content. I own the rights to it. No one else on the planet has access to this footage except for the one person that sold it to me, who has never shared it with anyone. And so yeah, this is from JV Zoo events in the past, and people like Simon Harries and Laura Castleman, and a bunch of big JV Zoo heavy hitters speaking on stage. And you're able to get that, and you're also able to get lots of blueprints, checklists, email lines, and subject lines, basically inside my whole entire business, and traffic resources. Just a ton of stuff here that you can do as part of the traffic igniter to send to your own custom landing page that you pasted, the registration widget on, or our template page. Okay. And then we also have the other stuff here, which is the partnership, more traffic training and cool stuff there. And then we even have bonuses with more traffic, case studies, and more resources for free tools and resources for free traffic, and different ways to use AI to drive targeted traffic to your webinar events. Okay, so that is WebinarClonesAI in a nutshell. We are super excited to have you. Let us know if you have any questions, and we look forward to hearing all the mini case studies on top of our beta testers and all the crazy success stories that they're seeing and sharing with us. We look forward to all of our new customers and members and affiliates and JV partners using this to leverage this to add in income streams to their business as well. Thank you so much for watching this demo, and we look forward to hearing about your results.
You can read more review detail, OTO or upsell, bundle deal, and my exclusive bonus on the article below. Like and subscribe for new product. Thank you for watching.